As we continue, ladies and gentlemen, let us all watch an audiovisual presentation on the 2022 National Women's Month celebration. Roll VDR.
Noon pa man, kababaihan ay lumalaban.
Noon pa man, kasangganan ng kalalakihan.
Maasahan sa anumang larangan. Kahit ano pa man, laban ng kaya-kaya. Ang pulis nila'y makatiyos, matapat at mahusay. Kilabot ng kasamaan at pagtingin ng kabutihan. Dakilang nanay ng katipunan, si Gabriela, kasangga ng asawa sa laban, si Josefa, si Oduha, mga modelo natin sila, mga dakilang bayani, kapitbayan. Kaya lang ng pulis nila, di lumakasalan ng buhay. Kilala ng kasamaan at gagawin ng kabutihan. Pulis Pinay, Yara Pulis Pinay.
Maraming gampanin nagkaatang sa atin. Gagawin namin nang wala pang subali. Mangalaga ng buhay, magmahal ng tunay. Maging tulay, maging gabay, maglingkod ang buong husay.
Yan ang pulis Pinay, makatiyos, matapat at mahusay. Kilabot ng kasamaan at pagtingin ng kabutihan. Pulis Pinay, yan ang pulis Pinay. Yan ang pulis Pinay, yan ang pulis Pinay.
Thank you very much for that presentation. And now to introduce our guest of honor and speaker is Police Major General Walter Castillejos, the Director for Police Community Relations.
To our powerhouse general, our chief, PNP, Police General Dionardo Bernardo Carlos, sir. To the erstwhile OIC and DCA, DCO, my idol, Lieutenant General Israel Dixon, sir. IGES, fellow D staff members, to our ever supportive new set of command group sirs, to our stakeholders, the ever supportive PNP Officers Ladies Club, and always carrying Soroptimist International Philippine region, of course, to our partner agency, the Empowered Philippine Commission on Women, likewise, our generous guests from PSMBFI, friends from the media, other guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Before I formally introduce our esteemed and passionate guest of honor and speaker, please allow me to greet all women a happy National Women's Month. Our guest of honor and speaker's inspiring transition from a killer earthquake survivor to a resilient, innovative lifesaver bagged her an award as the first ASEAN women leader in ASEAN Business Investment Summit in Myanmar in 2014. Her altruistic efforts to empower women on food security and sustainable livelihood through food manufacturing were recognized by ASEAN Women Entrepreneur Network, granting her the Outstanding ASEAN Women Entrepreneur Network Award in 2015 in Hanoi, Vietnam. With her valuable contribution to society in micro-entrepreneurs, inclusive growth as part of APEC Global Chain, and her outstanding work performance in occupational safety and health, our guest of honor and speaker became one of the 100 most influential Filipina women in the world in 2016 by Filipina Women Network, a US-based women-led organization. With all her life's work, she was also chosen to present the Philippines in the APEC Best Top Managers Award during the APEC Summit in La Serena, Chile in 2019. Her passion to educate and empower people to save lives ignited her resolve and founded the Community Health Education Emergency Rescue Services Foundation, also known as Cheers Foundation. Years after, Cheers Academy was put up as a social enterprise to meet the challenges of better equipping communities in the occurrence of disasters, calamities, and this global pandemic. Her dedication and commitment as a public servant definitely runs in her blood, as the Montano family was honored and awarded during the 2019 Jollibee Family Values Awards, an award that gives recognition to deserving families who epitomizes positive Filipino family values such as generosity, compassion, love for community, love for the environment, as well as providing selfless service to the community towards nation building. Our guest of honor and speaker is also the focal point person to APEC Policy Partnership on Women and the Economy, the permanent representative to the United Nations Women's Commission on the Status of Women, and head of delegation in ASEAN Ministerial Meeting on Women, among other positions. A health and safety practitioner and a proud farmer's daughter, our guest of honor speaker is a champion on gender equality that espouses the famous adage, beside a successful man is an empowered woman. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce to you our guest of honor and speaker, who believes that women are powerful beyond measure and beautiful beyond pressure, the chair of the Philippine Commission on Women, Chairperson Sandra Sanchez Montano.
Troops Commander, please give Tikas pahinga.
Equals! No! No, stop. No.
To the PNP or Philippine National Police Chief Police General Dionardo B. Carlos, sir. To the former TDCA Police Lieutenant General Israel Ephraim T. Dixon, sir. To the Deputy Chief of the PNP for Administration, Police Lieutenant General Rodel O. Sermonia, sir. To the Deputy Chief of the Philippine National Police for Operations, Police Lieutenant General Ferdinand O. Divina, sir. To the Acting Chief of Directorial Staff, Police Major General Vicente Danao Jr., sir. To the Inspector General of the Internal Affairs Service, Attorney Alfigar M. Triambulo, sir. To the Director for Police Community Relations, Police Major General Walter E. Castillejos, sir, and thank you for the generous introduction. To the President of the Philippine National Police Officers Ladies Club, Miss Leticia O. Cruz, ma'am. To the Member, Board of Advisor, my fellow NAC TPD, Ma'am Carmeline V. Dixon, ma'am. To the Secretary of the PNP's Officers Ladies Club, Miss Anne Janet Olay, ma'am. To the President of Seroptomies International of Congressional, Ms. Presi Yulo, ma'am. To the Vice President for Operations of PSMBFI, Police General Celso I. Pistano, sir. Awardees, to the members of the directorial staff and hardworking uniform and non-uniform personnel of the Philippine National Police and others who are here with us today to witness the kick-off activity of the Philippine National Police for the celebration of the National Women's Month and the awarding of the Philippine National Police female personnel with good deeds. Palakpakan po natin sila. I would also like to thank the PNP for inviting the Philippine Commission on Women. Joining with me today is no other than Ms. Marian Christine Delgado and Mr. Kurt Reyes of Sectoral Coordination Division to this momentous occasion. Your dedication is commendable, especially your advocacy as a law enforcement agency to promote human rights and gender equality, even during this time of the COVID-19 pandemic. I remember during the first few weeks of the strict nationwide implementation of the lockdown, together with some healthcare workers or healthcare professionals, we volunteer with the Department of Health to augment the needs for healthcare personnel. We also set up the PPE, or what we call Protect, Produce, and Empower, group of individuals who manufacture and donated and deliver the PPE, the alcohol, and mask, medicines to hospital, clinic, and barangay. And whenever we are flagged down by some uniformed personnel in the checkpoint or sometimes during those random check, I will proudly show my PCW ID, but they still would ask for another government ID for validation. And I will gladly show my PNP SAF ID as an advisory member. And to my surprise, I was even accorded a snappy salute. Maraming salamat po. I am a living witness for 2 years now on how the PNP personnel perform their duties with passion and diligence, even at the heat of the sun, rain, or shine. You can see them at their posts to make sure that health protocols are followed and implemented. I would like to personally convey my appreciation. Thank you for going beyond your call of duty in making sure that every Filipino citizens are safe and secure. Maraming salamat po ulit. Allow me to begin by telling you a short story of her story of why we are here today and why we are celebrating the month of March as the National Women's Month. The observance of the International Women's Day was a result of a series of demonstrations around the world to stop the inhumane working conditions that women experience in the workplace and in their household early in the 90s. It is because of that experience that women organized and stood up to fight for their rights. And March 8 was declared as International Women's Day by the United Nations. On the 17th day of March 1988, through Proclamation number 2227, the month of March was also declared as Women's Role in History Month and served as a venue to highlight Filipino women's achievements and discuss emerging gender equality issues and concerns. The said proclamation recognizes the unique and meaningful roles of Juanas, kayo po yun, ating mga pulis Pinay of every class, ethnic, and religious backgrounds or affiliations who serve as leaders at the forefront of every major progressive social change movement towards creating a fair and just society for all. From then on, laws, plans, and policies such as the Magna Carta of Women, the Safe Spaces Act, Anti-Violence Against Women and Their Children, Gender and Development, and Women Empowerment Plan, and many others are formulated and implemented to empower women and girls and promote gender equality in our country. The Philippine National Police, as a law enforcement agency, has always been a partner towards gender-responsive governance. In fact, through the PCW and the PNP partnership that was signed last June 3, 2021, PNP's commitment towards gender mainstreaming has greatly improved. Your office has been constantly updating its gender mainstreaming performance by utilizing the gender mainstreaming evaluation framework to assess and monitor its performance in implementing its GAD mandates. Last June 21 to 2025 of 2021 of last year, the PNP underwent GMF validation for 2020 and was able to achieve Level 3 or GAD application with a total score of 62.78 points, which is 1.55 points higher than its 2019 GMF validated score. Palakpakan po natin ang ating mga GAD focal point system. PCW commends PNP for attaining this despite the limitations that all of us faced during the COVID-19 pandemic. We are also happy to note that through the effort of GFPS and GAD-TWD Executive Committee and members, the PNP was able to initiate the development of its GAD agenda, which is aligned to the Peace and Order Agenda for Transformation and Upholding of the Rules of Law, or Patrol Plan, which aims to promote just and lasting peace in our society. This long-term plan will soon be the basis of the agency in crafting its annual GAD plans and budgets. This would not be possible without the services of PNP GAD consultant, and PCW GR Pool Member, Retired Police Colonel Susan Rabano Hala. Thank you for your services, Ma'am Susan, for tirelessly assisting and guiding our hardworking uniformed personnel in the major undertakings. Moreover, the PNP has actively been very supportive of the 18-day campaign to end violence against women, where WCPC police officers serve as resource person in different government agencies and private institutions, discussing the importance of the Safe Spaces Act and the anti-violence against women and their children. This kickoff activity of the Philippine National Police to celebrate the National Women's Month, dubbed as Awarding of PNP Female Personnel with Good Deeds. Again, may I ask our awardees to please rise to be recognized. Palakpakan po natin ang ating mga Police Pinay. Truly, you are so remarkable. You are awesome. We hope that with your continuous commitment, all of these activities will redound to the attainment of peace and empowerment of all citizens, especially women and girls in the country, under the able leadership of our PNP Chief, Dionardo B. Carlos. If you may allow me, Chief, Sir, to reiterate our discussions during the NAG-PTD oath-taking, for PNP personnel to maximize its active involvement and increase the MOVE or Men Oppose Violence membership in all ranks, and help us cascade the awareness campaign of the inclusion of VAUC and gender-based violence in the 911 emergency hotline. Together, our goal of 1 million RISE MOVE members and 1 million VAUC responders will be realized this year. Approve po ba tayo doon, Chief? Okay, carry on. Thank you. Finally, together, the Philippine Commission on Women, the Philippine National Police can achieve gender equality in all aspects of the development process to attain the vision of a gender-responsive society as reflected on our Women's Month theme, We Make Change Work for Women, with the sub-theme, Agenda ng Kababaihan tungo sa Kaunlaran. Again, my heartfelt thanks. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Salupot! No!
Please be seated. The PNP highly appreciates the presence of our distinguished guest and would like to present a plaque. To present the plaque is the Chief PNP, Police General Dionardo B. Carlos, to be assisted by the PNP Command Group, IGES, and TDPCR. May we request Ms. Sandra Montano to rise. Citation reads, Plaque of Appreciation is presented to Ms. Sandra Montano, Chairperson, Philippine Commission on Women, in grateful recognition of her unwavering support and contribution as guest of honor and speaker during the awarding of female PNP personnel with good deeds and kickoff ceremony of the National Women's Month celebration. A memento signed by the Chief PNP is also presented to our guest of honor and speaker. And a token is also presented to our guest of honor and speaker. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Magsitayo po tayong lahat at ating pong awitin ang PNP Lingkod ng Bayan. Please be seated for the continuation of our program.
All number twos, recover to your right, recover to your left, move. Company commanders, take charge. No. Pasulong, hit sa kanan. No.
Following next is the all-female motorcycle. Following next, ladies and gentlemen, is the all-female motorcycle riders exhibition. Kaya mag-start lahat. Nasa kanya yung boses. Ikaw ang hinihintay nun, di ba? Yung boses mo. Mag-intro lang. Magsusub-intro lang ako nito. Tapos ikaw lang hinihintay yung boses mo. Magpo-forward pa ba sila? Di ba maglalagay pa sila ng phone? Yung doon starting ano pa lang yun. And now, to highlight the 2022 National Women's Month celebration kickoff ceremony is an all-female motorcycle riders exhibition from the Highway Patrol Group. A warm applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, everyone. Today we'll be witnessing a demonstration of different motorcycle riding skills by the Philippine National Police Highway Patrol Group well-trained female motorcycle riders who undergone the motorcycle riding course. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome the entrance of the selected competent riders, the HPG Lady Riders, led by Police Captain Moreno on Cycle 235, together with PSSG Torres on Cycle 84, PSSG Paderon on Cycle 265, Police Corporal Babiera on Cycle 120, Police Corporal Tan on Cycle 79, Police Corporal Bellarmino on Cycle 282, Police Corporal Flores on Cycle 222, Patrolwoman Ramos on cycle 258, Patrolwoman Jaime on cycle 181, Patrolwoman Melesha on cycle 86, Patrolwoman Hitosis on cycle 82, Patrolwoman Aquino on cycle 116, and Patrolwoman Atis on cycle 94.
Rising up, back on the street. Did my time, took my chances.
The first motorcycle skill being demonstrated is the double circle.
So many times it happens.
This motorcycle drill is done by counter steering.
Don't lose your grip on the dream.
Counter steering is a pressing forward on the handlebar on the direction you want to go. This technique relies on the self-stability of the bike to complete a turn without slowing down significantly and without toppling over.
The eye of the tiger.
Up next motorcycle riding skill is the big circle. This is the basic skill and procedure needed to learn by a rider to master proper body posture, accelerator control, and calculation during riding of a motorcycle.
Let's let the odds till we take to the street. Oh, kill with the skill to survive. It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rival. And the last known survivor stalks his prey in the night. And he's watching us now with the eye of
The riders create a big circle and maintain their distance from the fellow riders to avoid accident.
the eye of the tiger.
It also practicing on how to control the brake, keep the body posture, and make a curve safely. The next motorcycle riding skill that you are witnessing is the figure of eight. Figure of eight is a combination of forming two circles. It develops skills in maneuvering a series of bends with limited space on both sides.
Rising up, back on the street. Did my time, took my chances.
Speed is higher in this exercise and requires that the ride must be at the same speed throughout the curve to negotiate a curve safely.
You chase your passion for glory. Don't lose the grip on the dreams.
Practicing this maneuver ensure that the rider is able to handle the bike at low speed with sudden changes in their direction.
Of our rival, and the last known survivor stuck to
By using this skill, the rider also improves the use of throttle and clutch control. Following closely the pattern of the previous routine is the face-to-face figure of 8. Same principle is applied when performing regular figure of 8, but it requires a higher level of focus, timing, and coordination with other riders. The rider must be learned to be alert and smart in this obstacle to avoid a slight miscommunication that may lead to a major accident.
Hanging tough, staying hard, man. Let's take the odds till we take to the street for a kill with the skill to survive. Rising up, straight to the top. Have the guts, got the glory. When the distance now, I'm not gonna stop. Just to get
Up next motorcycle riding skill is the slalom. This obstacle develops the confidence, provides skills on waist flexibility, gas control, and correct movement on tight maneuvers. By doing this motorcycle skill, the rider learns how to carry the motorcycle in its weight, as well as the way this weight shifts upon changes in the direction.
rising up.
Upping the complexity of the previous routine, our HPG lady riders are now performing the motorcycle riding skill called modified slalom, or as we call it, as the slalom. The same skills are used but requires more flexibility and control. This skill shows us how to be attentive during the motorcycle riding to maintain the proper posture of the body on the motorcycle. This skill needed more focus, timing, and alertness.
The distance, now I'm back on my feet. Just a man and his will to survive. It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rival. And the last known survivor starts his way in the night. And these words is just the eye of the tiger.
We are now come to the final routine, showing the motorcycle riding skill, the face-to-face banking or salubong banking. It is an important skill used in evading traffic hazards on the roadway, particularly during dangerous situations.
My time, my chances. What's the distance now? I'm back on my feet. Just a man and his will to survive.
In banking, everything is important. Looking through the corner in advance, planning your line, sitting on the motorcycle, starting the corner, how you use the throttle and how you shift, how you brake in advance, and sometimes, unfortunately, how you brake or swerve in the corner itself. Ladies and gentlemen, the HPG Lady Riders.
It's the eye of the tiger, it's the cream of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rival. And the last known survivors start to spring in the night. Earth is watching us all of the
And now, we would like to request our guest of honor, Miss Sandra S. Montano, Chairperson, Philippine Commission on Women, together with Chief Philippine National Police, Police General Dionardo B. Carlos, to acknowledge the HPG Lady Riders.
rising up, straight to the top. Have the guts, got the glory. Where the distance now, I'm not gonna stop. This man and his will to survive. It's the eye of the tiger, it's the cream of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rival. And the last known survivors start to spring in the night. And he's watching us all of the of the tiger. Rising up. Rising up. Back on the street. Face to face.
And we acknowledge the presence of our Director Highway Patrol Group, Police Brigadier General Romel Francesco D. Marbil.
It's the eye of the tiger, it's the cream of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rival. And the last known survivors start to spring in the night. And he's watching us all of the tiger. Rising up.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, let's give them warm applause. And a warm applause also to our female motorcycle rider. Isang masigabong palakpakan mga kaibigan sa ating all-female motorcycle riders. And that concludes, ladies and gentlemen, this morning's ceremony. Keep safe everyone. Isang mapagpalang umaga sa ating lahat. Mabuhay ang Philippine National Police. Mabuhay ang lahing kayumanggi.